Hi everyone, welcome back. So it's been an exciting couple weeks with the channel, Halloween, I got married, and it's just been a blustery, beautiful fall. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's been tuning in and subscribing. I really appreciate it and it gives me the green light to do more. For this video, I wanted to catch you up on the exciting new developments with this A5 size ring binder that I teased at the end of my stationery haul video. This is a beautiful Harris Tweed wool binder. I got it from Amazon, and I actually didn't realize that Harris Tweed was such a reputable company. I just saw that these looked really great, and they have a lot of different colorways. I do highly recommend this, and I think this is a great alternative, more budget friendly than full leather, more durable than faux leather, and just like a really nice feel. It's this beautiful wool, and then on the inside it feels like more of a cotton gabardine. I'll kick this off saying that the original plan for this binder increased my wardrobe utilization. I love clothes, I have a fair amount of them, but I find it hard to get dressed in the morning sometimes, especially in a pinch. Some of my autism ADHD plays a role in that, but I think a lot of people could probably benefit from doing a wardrobe binder like this. It's to help get dressed without the screens and distractions that might come about if you leverage Pinterest or something on the internet to give you some outfit inspiration. And I really wanted a place also to not just have outfit inspiration images, but to index my own wardrobe, which is a process, but I have started, and to outfit plan, and then be able to make pack lists for when I travel. I've been using it for the past couple weeks, months, and it's been going great, and then I have continued to get more ideas about this. So this is actually quite a rich little binder, so let's just get into it. I'm gonna open it up to the middle because I have some surprises in the meantime. Man, I don't think it'd be one of my videos if I didn't bump one of my flowers, or one of my plants, but I guess then you know they're definitely real. The initial goal of this at first was to have kind of a trading card style binder of outfit inspiration. So these are all things, this is not to give me ideas for shopping, this is not to give me FOMO. These are all outfits that I can feasibly recreate using things I already have in my wardrobe. Now, some of them are more literal than others, and it's just to jog my memory. While I might not have exactly the black kick flare pants, or maybe I won't even do black with this, it gives you the general idea. And sometimes it's a bit repetitious, which can be good to give me a couple ideas for how to use the same elements in a different outfit. And then some things are also just styling. So let me start from pretty much the beginning and just give you an initial page through. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. One is missing here because I've been having fun experimenting with something that I'll show you in a little bit. But yeah, I just download the images. Some of this is just even very specific styling advice for myself. You know, what's fun about this is you can keep reorganizing these images based on different priorities, based on the season. This one, this spread is intended to be basically comfy, cozy outfits. And you'll notice that all of these are plaid. So it's just I actually have a collection of I don't know, 4 different plaid shirts, and I just wanted to give myself look, this is a little bit more classy, these are a bit more loungy, this is a bit more medium activity outdoorsy. So that's part of the goal. And then I have started pulling and rearranging things for the different season changes and pushing things for warmer weather towards the back. And so that's why I incorporated this tab so that I can kind of quickly get to this back page, maybe if I'm going on a trip or I just want a quick reference on these warmer weather outfits. And here's a little teaser of what I've also been doing. So if you're not into the closet binder thing, hopefully this gives you some ideas of, and I'll talk about this a bit later, I'm kind of jumping ahead because I'm excited because I saw these stickers. You can totally use this to organize stickers, and I created this little note card. There's this Italian stationery brand that does a card very similar to this, so I drew some pretty precise inspiration of these kind of checklist note cards. And they also even have a style with a ruler, and then I think maybe a dot grid one, but the checklist one was really appealing to me. But when I saw the size online, I realized that it wouldn't quite work for what I had imagined. So I quick drafted my own and printed it a couple different ways. I've got this cream and green, and then originally I had done the green and gray because I was just trying to use up some cardstock. And this has like less contrast, and I find it legible enough, but it might be not quite legible for other people, but this one is like perfect. So I designed this and I printed up a bunch of them, and then I used my silhouette cutting machine to give it some nice rounded corners, and it perfectly fits in here. So the idea with this is you can use this as a packing list when you're prepping for a trip. And the reason I wanted to do something like this is because I wanted to have a place for kind of evergreen lists, recurring things. You know, if I have to pack certain camera gear for a type of trip, it's pretty much the same stuff every time. And then what's handy about having it like this is that you can reference it again when you're packing back up to make sure you don't forget anything. Especially when it comes to like what I do with video shoots or even just, you know, shooting for pleasure, is that I don't want to forget things and misplace things or be in a pickle where I don't have a certain kind of battery that I really need. So that is where these evergreen lists can come in, because otherwise I have my kind of dumping ground notebook, brain dump notebook, and as I archive those, I am having to either migrate those lists over or rewrite them. And once a list is rock solid, like get it on here. Every time I go on, you know, a warm weather trip, there's going to be a need for swimsuit, shorts, certain things that I very routinely pack. This little note card has like really lit up my imagination with what this binder can be. So the, you know, one plan was for it to be maybe a shop list for a season, outfit planning notes. This could be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It could be really just about anything. And I have 11 slots here just because I thought it'd be kind of funny. I had room to do it, so I did that many. It could have been 10 to be nice and round, but if you like this is Spinal Tap, it's kind of funny that it goes all the way to 11. It makes it fun for like ranking things. There's so many use cases of this, but to bring it back to the kind of like expanded edition of specifically outfit planning, and then we can talk a little bit more about like other use cases in the realm of like crafting and stuff. So I went ahead on Etsy, and I didn't want to like design one of these from scratch because I just didn't even know, like I had a general idea of the starting point, but I didn't want to sink hours into like making it these dimensions. Like even doing something simple like this, it can take hours. So I just bought a couple of spreads on Etsy. They were in the $2-3 range. And this is like a whole week on one page. And then I also have that I'm going to experiment with the week spread over 2 pages. But the vibe is that I select, you know, an outfit idea from one of these pages. I grab a piece of washi tape and I adhere it over here. And this can arguably fit 2 outfit ideas. Just to give me some direction for the week. Or if one of these, I want to like directly recreate it, or just give myself like a sense of the vibe. Gets you excited about getting dressed and can help you feel organized. So what's cool about having these notes, because you could just have, you know, pull out one of these sheets, and between front and back, it's 8 slots. This note card could be in the very first slot. Like, here are my notes for the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, something like that. And the weekly plan, you know, I'm just kind of workshopping it, so I'm getting the ideas going. I probably won't need all these notes down here. If you've got like a formal event and you need like a daytime and an evening time, it might be handier to split it up like this. I'm gonna keep working on this, and I will probably create my own spreads, single page or double page spreads, inspired by this layout, but definitely refined to be more outfit planning. So I'm kind of on a roll with creating different stationery solutions that are in my wheelhouse of the stuff that I need. So I think I'll probably start making downloadables for you guys if you're interested and want to save yourself some time, because I found it so handy to just be able to pay a couple bucks and get these, and then I will then riff off of this and refine my own layouts and kind of pass the time savings along. So even same with these note cards, it's the perfect size, and it's got a lot of different use cases. You know, you might be asking yourself like, I mean, if you've gotten this far, you probably know the vibes. But if you're like, why would you even need to do this? And I think one benefit, you know, even for folks who maybe aren't neurodivergent, is that this is like an organized way to look at things, to look at clothes. And it's less stressful than staring at a rack of abstract clothing on hangers or a drawer of clothes. Because sometimes I look in my drawers and it's just like blobs of color and I kind of can't recognize things, but not everything can be hung up for space reasons. So even one idea too is to index, maybe like if you have a drawer of sweaters and you have pictures from online or pictures that you took yourself, put them all in these sleeves. Take this whole page out and just drop it in your drawer so you know what's in there, especially if things start to get muddy. Now that's like if you always put things back in the same place, but like, I don't know, that's a pretty solid vibe. I'm probably gonna do that for one of my drawers because I reorganized and all of a sudden I realized that the whole drawer is like almost all black clothes and I forget what I have because they just look like a blob and I can't tell. Another reason to do this is that it lays out your own belongings in a way that is like a good user interface / user experience. You know, obviously you want to have like a relatively organized closet, but sometimes that's not feasible. You don't remember where stuff is, or like it just doesn't look tidy. So if you're in the OCD or autism realm, you might like crave this order that you just simply can't achieve in real life. And that's why online shopping is super appealing, because all these things are styled and beautifully laid out and indexed and organized. You can sort by color and sort by this and sort by that. And so I think just laying out your belongings like this gets you excited about using them because you're like, wow, look at those shoes. Like I actually own those. So this is my start at indexing my shoes. Right now I just got the ones that were like easiest for me to acquire a picture of. My starting point, I didn't have to photograph any of these, which is handy. So yeah, you can always like image search stuff, look through your history, do what you can to like find the images and save yourself some time so you don't have to be photographing all this. But if I'm gonna go on a trip and I literally need to bring just like one pair of sneakers, it'll be handy to just kind of see what I have at a glance and be like, okay, I'm dressing pretty neutral. It could be fun to just bring like a red pair of sneakers all the time. That is why to do something like this. It could also help curb your impulse to shop because yeah, a lot of the impulse to shop is just like you can't imagine what to do with what you already have, or you get excited about an idea. And I do really like Pinterest, but I don't want to be introduced to new ideas to get me excited about a new thing. I want to stick within the realm of beautiful things I already have and use them to their maximum. So wardrobe utilization. All right, so now we're all wrapped pretty much with talking about the specific like wardrobe use case of this B5 binder. I know last time I think I called, no, I did it wrong. A5 binder. I was calling it like B5 before. I'm apparently only in like A5, A6. A6 is my regular planner. I was realizing that, of course, you know, I wanted like a trading card style because I knew this would actually be useful for a lot of people. Anybody who wants to like compile a collection of things or to start just like indexing, inventorying, anything that you want to be able to like page through in a really pleasant way, your collection of something, either to just enjoy it, to organize it, store it. I would love, like imagine if you had, you know, your basement storage and anytime you put away certain items, you could put them into these things and put a tab section at the back of your closet binder and be like, this is what I have downstairs and this is how I can go get it. Or if you have a storage unit. Now you might not have like that many clothes and even need to do something like that. So some of the other use cases that I imagine was for creative projects. So you can have the image on the front for a project you want to do. And then like a QR code on the back that you can scan and get the directions for. Or recipe cards. I know those are classic, like I think very comparable to this size already. You can get recipe cards or you can just print it off yourself. And because these are clear on either side, you can print it straight on the back. Or if you don't want to bother with double-sided printing, just put something in the front and something in the back. So, you know, recipes, I actually have a food binder. That's a different one, and it's got bigger sheet protectors, and I slide like big page printouts. But honestly, it'd be so nice for meal planning because, like I said, you get 8 slots to have like some notes for the week. Maybe like you put your shopping list in this first one, and then like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, dinner. I mean, there's so many options with this. So I think I have my list in here of other use cases. So I already started jotting down like personal print projects that I want to do. And this stuff is ongoing. You can keep coming back to it. So wardrobe wish list. So you can always slide that into one of these like things that you want to shop for. Packing list, any kind of checklist, a process list, because these boxes are big enough that it doesn't just have to be a checkbox. It can be A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ranking things, inventory. I'm actually gonna start using this, I think, for my warehouse, just because I'm like the only one in there. So obviously I have my digital inventory, but like in terms of like what's in which box, I don't have that level of like barcode and scanning and inventory. So I think I'm just gonna grab one of these sheets and bring it to the office and then just index everything that's in a box and just be able to slide it in the front and be able to like read it from the outside, or just have it on the top and be able to pull that out. So that can be really handy because I do find myself searching for things often if I have like a bajillion sizes and they don't all fit in one bin. Inventory can be really handy. Meal planning, like we said, outfit planning, of course. I also had the idea that you could do movie reviews and book reviews. You could have these, you know, double-sided, and you could have, you know, it wouldn't be this one, it would be like a blank one. So you could have the movie poster on the front and then your little review of it on the back. And similar thing for book reviews, or you could have it side by side. So you could have the poster cover and then the review, poster cover review. And it's just like, I don't know, you could just, this just activates something in my brain when it comes to like Pokemon cards and Beanie Baby cards and school binders. It's just honestly very exciting for me. So I actually just remembered that there was a little teaser in the front. I low-key feel like a genius for this, and maybe it's kind of stupid, but it's exciting for me. One annoying thing about grocery shopping and having like a physical list is that if you wrote it down in your notebook, you have to like leave it open and just like keep coming back to it, or like have something, you gotta like hold your page somehow, and you're not quite hands-free. And then if it's in your notebook, like my husband now, he would like ask me to put something on the list, or is this on the list? It's like, why am I the gatekeeper of this list? It's kind of dumb for me to have it in my brain dump notebook and not make it available. So, you know, obviously this isn't revolutionary. People have put their grocery list on the fridge before, but to have it this little card instead of like a big mat, you know, a big whatever. And obviously, if you have like a big haul to do, this isn't gonna work. But we do small, quick grocery trips. We kind of shop a little more European style. Dude, okay, so I made this little keyring thing, or like a wrist thing, because I made it for my camera, or just like any little tech things, or actually I have a hard drive that I can clip onto here. And it's like cute on my purse, it's a cute accessory. And obviously it's big enough to be a wrist strap, which is the kind of original intention, like you're holding your camera. And I was like, wait a second, I have a buttonhole, or sorry, I've got a punch hole thing. What am I saying? Hole punch? And I was like messing around literally yesterday. I'm like, oh my God, what if the grocery list were tethered to me? And I know this probably looks very neurodivergent to me, but I could be hands-free. Or like, if you're feeling scattered and you really do just need a reminder card to follow you around, like sometimes it's just one of those days, clip it to you. It doesn't really get in the way. I could still do my computer work and do a bunch of stuff. And then it's like when people would tie a little red string around their wrist or around their finger as a reminder. This is your reminder. Or even, you know, if you unclip this and you just need it as a mental reminder, you could have your reminder bracelet in the mix. And then it does fit quite comfortably back in here in the meantime. And I don't know, I feel like this is kind of great. So next time I go to the grocery store, I'm gonna do this. And it's getting me excited about potentially like putting together kits of how to get this just like the patented Pixelvine A5 binder system accessories of like, I'll just show you what to get at every step of the way, and you can get the digital downloads, you can get this binder which comes with the paper that you can then print your spreads on, and then maybe I pair you up with some of these inserts. Could be quite exciting. So I'm gonna show you real quick. That's like the system. Let me know what you think. But if you're curious, I have a really good recommendation for a hole punch, because this is not like your standard big old hole punch. And what is kind of handy is I had put this little like asterisk here just like for the vibes, but it actually is a pretty good guideline for where to punch your hole so that you have enough distance all around so it doesn't rip. And this is like cardstock, and I've been messing around with this and it still looks perfectly fine. So it's not, you know, durable for every single day, but yeah, you can totally do that. And then one more tangent before I show you the hole punch thing. I'm wondering, can you just write on top of these and use this like as a dry erase experience? I don't know. It could get quite messy, so you'd probably want like a protector page in between, but dude, let's try this stuff out. Let's play around. So, okay, I'm gonna show you my hole punch, and then we'll wrap this one up. All right, so I'm 80% certain that I got this Japanese hole punch on Etsy. And actually, I was so dumb. I hadn't used it for a while and I forgot how to use it. And I literally like used it as though I needed like a mallet, and I cracked it here, but it still works totally fine. But it's designed to twist with pressure, and the pressure punches the hole, and you really don't need much. I did a hole just last night, and I just was like twisting it in there twice, and then I noticed I had gone through to the table. So you really don't need to do much. And what's cool about this versus those clamp ones is that I feel like this is more friendly for more different kinds of people because there's no grip strength necessary. Could be good for like arthritis or any kind of number of physical limitations. And then, of course, from the crafting end of things, and it didn't come with this box, I just dropped all the nibs in this box, you have all these different hole sizes. And you can do bigger or smaller holes. It just has this slightly sharp, it's not really sharp, but it's like pointed. So you can't hurt yourself on it because it requires the pressure to do the cut. So man, I think this thing is so great, and I had gotten it so that I could put holes like anywhere on a page. Now granted, obviously you wouldn't do it to like hole punch for your ring binder, but you know, those clip ones, if you need to put a hole like smack dab in the middle of the page, you literally couldn't do that. This is just the most versatile hole punching tool that I've ever acquired, and everyone should know about it. I also like that it's all finer materials that'll last forever. We got wood, we got brass, and then these are some kind of other metal. I don't know what this would be, but highly recommend it, and I can link to that. So I'm at my peak kind of like ADHD autism symptom time, so I'm doing my best. Sorry, I keep like seeing I want to get things out of the shot. Oh no, okay, I remember. Thank goodness. Okay, that's another reason. Sorry, like quadruple tangent. You know, another reason that this kind of stuff is handy is visual cues to call out stuff that's important, because all this phone stuff, it feels like everything's important. Every little email, every little voicemail, every little text message, every little calendar notification, you're like, I actually need to shut all that out and then actually figure out what's important to me on my terms, without like pings and dings and all that kind of stuff. So that's why these types of things, like this is such a strong visual. You open your notebook and you're like, oh, wait a second, like this stuff is important. So this is just like another way to call out your attention if you have a distracted brain or a forgetful brain. It's like, don't beat yourself up, just like try to hack your brain, try to see what works. So I wanted to propose this stuff to you guys because it really works quite well for me, and I'm just super jazzed about it. So another little thing that I kind of want to do, and what was cute about these note card things, is that I was really tempted to buy the Italian ones, even though they weren't the right size. They were too big for these slots, so I had to design my own. But one like dumb little reason I wanted them is because it had a miniature clipboard that they could go on. And I was like, this is probably gonna be great for my mom because she's a perfectionist and she kind of like doesn't want to like ruin her notebooks. That's another reason why these rings are kind of handy, is like if you just brutally mess up a page, like take it out, it never happened. You know, she can have a priority list. She's retired. She can have a priority list for just like the week or for the day and clip it to a little clipboard, put it on the fridge, take it around with her, and that's just like the vibe for the day to help get things organized. So I've been kind of experimenting. This came from like a pair of stockings and I was like, this is nice and thick. Like, you know, it's hard to throw out good, good materials. And I'm like, oh, I could make a little mini clipboard. I'll like cut this off and make a little like kind of clipboard prototype for this. And hold on, I've got this, my notes were on this notebook. And yeah, I was just kind of seeing what the vibe was with this. And now if we want, I'm like crowd sourcing ideas. If we want this to be clippable on the clipboard, do we steal a slot from the bottom, make it a nice round 10, and just move everything down? Because I don't think it can be scaled down anymore. I think everything's a nice size with the list. So we might have to sacrifice the 11th spot. Or is there like an 11 version and a 10 version? I just really like, I think 11's funny. I've always liked non-round numbers. Little clipboard for this, come on, how cute is that? I think this kind of stuff is functional. You can arguably do this kind of thing with any kind of like note cards you have, but the satisfaction of everything like collaborating well and working together. This also reminds me, everything reminds me of something. I would love to put like a sleeve or a pocket on this section. Number one, like maybe the clipboard could sit there. Obviously like the clip kind of protrudes. So maybe it's like, I don't know, I'm just riffing here. But another reason is that my e-reader, it would be really nice to have a little slot for it here. And then this is just like a nice little tome that comes with me. I'm getting into this ring binder stuff. I'm still doing the majority of my like real work planning in my Hobonichi, and then this is becoming like the creative binder. And what I think I'll do is obviously like I want it to be like cohesive in some capacity. So I'm like, okay, it's my closet binder and creative binder, like what is that? So I'm thinking this is all just like textile related things. So I do have like big passions around knitting, crocheting, and I'm not good at following patterns. I only just like know the stitches. I just like freestyle stuff, but I want to start like following patterns. And so I'll probably start sliding in my little wish list of projects and compiling them here, because when I save them other places, like I just never find them ever again. Sometimes they're in YouTube videos. Like if I could just screen grab the final product or whatever image is available for that project, slap a QR code on the back, and I can just scan it and get back into it. Like, come on, that's amazing. So if you don't know, real quick tip, you can make QR codes in Adobe InDesign, and I would venture to guess that other free or cheaper design, because like Adobe's a racket with like monthly a monthly subscription fee. But if you wanted to, I am almost certain other design softwares will be able to do that. Don't like get a QR code subscription you know, there are all these websites that offer like QR as a service, which is, don't do that. Why is everything a service? Everything's a subscription. But real quick, just so you have the closure that I had while looking at this, I'll show you what it looks like with my e-reader. All right, so I mentioned this before in my commonplace walkthrough, but I have the pocketbook. This must be the pocketbook Pro. I love this thing, and I just like didn't want to support the Amazon machine. This is a great one. It has its limitations. So if you want a little review of this, I would love to yap about it. But how great would it be? I would face it this way so that the screen is protected, but like how satisfying would that be to have a little pocket to slide this in? So because all these edges are finished, I don't know, it might be a fabric glue situation, but I kind of don't want to ruin this. And I was wondering, maybe it's like, maybe I have a fabric divider and it slides in there and it's the absolute front of the thing. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I love stationery and I have a lot of ideas for it, and I would totally make stationery related products if there's an audience for it. Obviously I'm making them for myself too, but the labor of like product descriptions and downloadables in different formats and different colors and different sizes is a big undertaking, but I would do it if you guys want it. I'm already an e-commerce entrepreneur for motorcycle safety gear, but I'm just like so fired up about this stuff. And yeah, it's been a dream. It's been great. And it's just so fun to have more analog things to interact with, to reorganize. I hope that you dug this. I hope that it was a worthwhile watch. If you liked it, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. And I really appreciate you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.